Hi, I'm Mary Ann Pahnke, and I'm a Fond du Lac area artist. And I want to share with you today some of the different artwork pieces that I do, and also talk to you about the medium that I work in. I'm very excited to have this opportunity, and I want to let you know that I've been an artist, working artist, for I'd say the last 5 years, but I've been drawing since I was 5 years old. And I had the good fortune of growing up on a dairy farm, and at that time I just walked around after chores were done and I drew. And when I was in high school, I took art courses and then decided to go on to college. And I received a Bachelor of Fine Arts degree from UW-Oshkosh. Also, I studied at the École des Beaux-Arts in Reims, France. And that was a wonderful opportunity, and I learned quite a bit about different types of skills and different techniques. And so I spent some of the best years of my life as an art teacher for the Fond du Lac School District. And I taught at several different buildings at different levels and loved every minute of it. And went on, after teaching 17 years, I finished up a master's degree and I moved into counseling. And again, I spent a lot of time at the high school level, both Goodrich and Fondy High, as a high school counselor. So I guess for me, I've had terrific opportunities and experiences, both as an instructor, a teacher, in doing different things, and also now as a working artist. And it's been just a fulfilling dream of mine, and I work primarily in watercolor. But I placed a few examples of my artwork on this board, and I'd like to share them with you. As you can see here, I'm currently working on a pencil sketch. And it's a pencil sketch from a photo. And the photo, actually I took it myself. Oftentimes I will photograph the pieces that I want to work on, and other times people just give me photos. And I sit down with a family. We might even look at a photo album. And we talk and we share things, and because I really want to create a piece of artwork that they'll have as a keepsake for the rest of their natural lives. And I want it to be something personal for them, and I want to capture the essence of either the child or an adult. And also, as you can see on the board here, a variety of different subjects, from animals to, I can do buildings. And then I have what I've called story ornaments, where I can put a photograph, a portrait, so to speak, right on a three-dimensional object. On my board here, these are all flat two-dimensional objects, but I'm very, very conscious of composition and design principles and perspective. Because I was a teacher for so many years and enjoyed it so much, I also want to make sure that my pieces of artwork capture all those elements. And as I said before, I'm working on a pencil sketch here, and I use a series of different types of pencils. I have what is called the B series and the H series pencils. And as you can also see, I layer. And when I'm working on a piece of artwork, I work first of all with a very, very light touch. And I use my H series pencils. And as you can see here, this is a very, very lightly drawn sketch. And as I layer one pencil on top of another, shadow on shadow, I can get very, very fine detail. The very last things I do when I try to get it to the point of it being very, very dark is that I go from the lightest to the darkest, and then I even will put black on top of this B series pencil. That goes up to like a 9B. And because it's an infant, I'm really concerned with the background here. And when I get done with this, I will get it matted so that there's a little bit of light around the frame of it. But it'll probably be either a white, probably a black frame, because I want to make sure that the colors here, which is just black and white, are continued on the frame itself. But as a realist artist, I am very interested in the expression, the feeling here of love, of care, warmth. This is the baby's first smile. And so this is a child that's pure, innocent, and just happy. And as you can see on the other parts of my board, I work with different mediums. This is chalk, pastel, and again, feeling's important to me. The feeling of three kids, their siblings, their friends, they love each other. The feeling here of a mother with a son, devotion, happiness. This was an interesting watercolor that I did of a young Asian boy at 6 months, 1 year, and 2 years. And again, capturing just the excitement and energy in this little boy's face. For the animals that I work on, these are all in watercolor except the bottom here, and that's a pencil sketch. But again, you can see the playfulness on the pup's face and how much that ball means to this animal. I work either with and it doesn't matter what breed, this is a very bright color, but the animal had a gold to it, which matched its eyes, and it was such a family guardian. So this dog guarded the little children in that house, and you can see that that was the dog's job. This one here is pretty much a black dog, but again, it had an owner that it was devoted to, and there's something wonderful when you can get a picture of love in the dog's eyes. This was a very big dog, and fun and sweet, and just a big kid in the form of an animal. So a lot of fun, and again, this dog was looking at the owner. These two were kind of comical because the composition I created myself. This was a watercolor done of two separate dogs put into one composition, the very young and the very old. And they didn't get along well enough to even pose for me, but that's why I spent some time on this, trying to work on the composition. Because I've been in Fond du Lac all my natural life, I think no artist would not do the lighthouse because that's a part of our landmark here in Fond du Lac. And over the years, I've seen it from my own childhood through my years now as an adult. And some buildings in town you can never tire of. So that's the lighthouse. I also, and I'll just turn my board a little bit here, I do ornaments. Two-dimensional sketches on a three-dimensional object, which might sound almost impossible. What I like to do is really capture a lot of color, a feel. So there's my ornaments again. This is a portrait of a little girl at 5. And then this is another ornament, but of a family. The grandmother on the other side was the grandfather. And this was all about Molly's ornament. And this is a young girl. And she grew from child to a young woman. So this is an ornament. These two in particular are the same ornament in different angles, different perspectives. But this was for her graduation. So you can see her as a little girl, her first communion, some cartoon characters that were important to her, and all the favorite things of her life. As you can see, no subject is difficult for me because I love to draw. I've been drawing since I was a child. So if it's a boy, and this is a guardian angel over the boy, protecting the boy, or a child visiting with Santa for the first time. The very last painting that I'm working on over here, again, is a dog, commission work. The dog's name is Kiki, and just little tiny, but one family, all its life, love the kids, love the owners, and just a delight. And I really do enjoy it when I present the work to the person and they say, oh, you've captured the feeling of my dog, or this is Kiki, this is the essence of what the dog really was.